Hi, teacher.
Hi, how are you, Ileana?
I'm fine, thanks. How
That's
about
great. Sorry, you were saying?
you?
I'm fine
What,
too. Thanks for asking.
do you hear me well? Hi.
Yes, yes, I can hear you well.
Maybe I'm in a car, so it's possible that you hear some sound.
Noises?
Yes.
All right, okay. So, everything okay with me? Thanks for asking. And well, let's continue, please, with our conversation that we began yesterday. Remember that we were talking about learning English. Please tell me choose any question that you would like to answer. That's better. Please choose any of the questions that you see here. Yesterday, we just answered the first three, but if you would like to also go on and answer one of them, it's correct too. It's okay. You can just let me know, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna answer. Why do you find difficult when learning English? Discussed. Um. Well, I don't know why, but I think that I don't learn language very easily. I'm like learn English since I was like a, a little kid, but uh, it didn't was it didn't continue. So I I like have a lot of pause between months. So and maybe the reason is what the learning English in the past was like very literal, was a lot of writing, a lot of um, mm, the most was writing, most than the others, uh, than listening, than speaking. So I think that that's the reason, maybe, or maybe I don't have the like the facility that have other person. Uh, Other persons have the facility to do other things. I think that I have the facility to dance, maybe, or to learn other things more easy. But the language is like my uh, how do you say in a phrasal verb like um, piedra en el zapato, but in English.
Okay. Like a stone in your shoe, you can say also it is similar.
Yes, I think that that's the reason.
All
But
right.
I love to when I understand. It's like very a motivation, a motor motivation for me because I have a lot of I had a lot of travel to maybe Miami, USA, Orlando, and when when I can understand the people and I can uh, to be understanding, so it's very like I do something well. Maybe all the years, all the study years of English have their fruit.
All right.
But
Okay.
I don't have the facility in summary.
All right. You think that you don't have the facility. All right. But
Because I saw many people that with a few lessons, like they have the they can speak, they can listen it more easy. So I like many years, like 10 years studying English, and I don't have uh, the 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 perfect English.
okay, all right. But which do you think is lacking in your English? Is it lacking your grammar, your reading, your writing, your speaking?
What is lacking?
Lo que te está faltando?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think the the most is like the speaking. I think a lot in Spanish, and I have to translate in my mind, and then I talk. So I I learned in my beginnings in these forms, and it's so difficult to change the form.
Okay. All right. So you think it's your speaking, but whenever you talk, I can easily understand you. Well, sometimes, whenever we are learning English, the biggest difficulty that we may have might be vocabulary, but I think with practice you will get it. Yeah, because I can easily understand you. I don't actually listen that whenever you have to think and translate and etc. It doesn't take too long. So that means that you're reaching to a point in which you are able to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't feel bad. It's just practice. It requires practice as always. It's practice is everything, remember.
Oh, thanks. Yes, I
Yeah.
have to practice and be constant. Is the same in English, constant?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, I have to be constant.
In order to be fluent, right?
Yes. And I love to watch a lot of movies and programs in English. So my ear, the best thing that I have in English, I think, is my listening, because can easily understand. Like I don't have to uh, do the process that I have to do for speak. Uh, I can understand maybe on 18%, 80%, yes, on 80% of all the things that I am listening. So I'm proud of it. But my speaking, I maybe have this, how do you say, the vocabulary, because I don't have a lot of words, or all the words that I have in Spanish and English. So, but I love to when I look at this little progress, it's my motivation.
That's great. That's nice. And don't worry because you will get it and you will achieve it. It is it is practice, no? Whenever we learn a new language, what we have to do and what we have to care the most is practicing. That's the most important. Practice and practice. If you the most you practice, the better English you will get. Tell like really.
Eso no es.
Yes, I think the same. So maybe another question needs, how do you memorize new vocabulary or grammar rules? Um well, I in this point I had a lot of difficult to memorize new vocabularies because I learned so fast. I in the same day I can memorize very fast, but that thing is like with all my life. I can memorize like very quick everything. And in this moment, I can resolve all the exams, all the question that you made me. But if I don't practice, uh, like very every day, so I forgot instantly. Is is in I'm like very uh, surprised with that, but it's always in all my materials, in all my subjects, in all my assignments, in and all the things that I do is the same. I don't know what happened with my mind, but it's the same. I'm like Dory.
Like Dory. That's a
Yes,
nice comparison.
yes, but I'm I'm like Dory in many ways because I very like Dory, like I don't know how to say in English, but it's despistada. I
Okay,
don't know how
like
to say.
yeah, okay. Like not a tent.
Not attend. Yes.
Let me see. There is an adjective that describes that. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay, clueless.
Clueless.
Clueless. Yes,
Clueless.
clueless.
Clueless. Yes, I'm very clueless and very short memory.
All right, okay.
But I'm the this I'm this like 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 she is very happy, very anemic. And if I have to compare with animation, I'm think I'm Dory, definitely.
That's an interesting comparison. All
And
right.
be
So,
another question.
yes. Yes, please. Maybe another question that you would like to answer.
What kind of classroom activities you like the most? I like the activities where you can participate a lot because I'm very participate people.
Yes, you're very active. Actually, you're one of the most active persons in the classroom. But I don't know if you noticed that your classmates are used to the teacher to ask or tell their names to answer. I don't know if you noticed that in your classroom. Did you
uh,
notice?
no, I don't get it very well. What you are saying?
Okay, so I told you that you are a very active person, and in
Yes,
the class, in classes, whenever we have classes, I don't know if you notice that your classmates are
yes.
not participative students.
Okay. Yes, they
They
have
they
to.
are very traditional,
Uh,
and they expect me to tell, okay, I don't know, you please answer the question. Okay, unless I don't say their names, they don't say anything.
yes, yes. Maybe it's because the virtual classes is not the same that the class with the personal class with the presential. It's okay, the classes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So when you are in the classroom, you can only look at the person, and the person have to stay like very in the moment, or you can escape the look. Look is correct when you look at people and you feel can that. these people is looking at you. So I love the virtual classes because it's like you can do all the in wherever you are and in the time that you have time. So it for this way is it's a it's a good, but uh, there has a lot of bad things, I think. I love the presential classes in a reason because you have the uh, the moment, you have the energy, you can do all the activities, many activities is like more participating, no? But the virtual is like you can stay in class, but there are a lot of things that it's is passing in this moment. So you are not with all your with all your attention in the class, I think, no? And maybe that's the
Okay.
reason.
All right. Well, maybe. I think actually that quite is not the reason. I think the reason is because some of your classmates are very used to traditional education and some others are just they just go with the flow. So whatever happens in the class, they just follow. And I think it has to actually do with that. Because no matter you guys have been working with me 2 months, so you guys know the way I work already. So yep. So I think it's just the way that you guys have been taught and you got used to it. So you expect me to tell and say your name so you can participate, but actually I say no, like everyone can answer. Please come on, go ahead. And by doing this conversation practice in classes, what we want to achieve is for everyone to talk. So so
Yes,
I think
and
it's that. I think it's the way you were used to have your English classes, like the way that each and one of you got used to. All right, Ilan, I'm sorry to say this, but our speaking practice time is over. But we will continue with this topic on Thursday. All right?
okay, thanks. Have a
You're
good day.
welcome. The same to you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, Lluvia. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm okay. Thank you. I hope you're okay too.
I am too. Thank you very much for asking. Yes, in these times we have to look for each other, right?
Yes, it
Difficult
are
moments.
really difficult moments every day. Known people or a familiar or I don't know, a neighbor is dying and it's really sad.
It is very sad. Very, very sad. Okay. All right, Lluvia, please, can you choose any question that you would like to answer?
Yes. How long have you been learning English? I have been learning English since I was 14 years old. And I started learning this language because of my brother. My older brother told my mother that English is really important. So my mother asked me in the past if I wanted to study English. And since I was just going to this high school, I said yes. And since that time, since I was 14 years old, I am learning English. I'm learning how to speak it. But since many years have been passed since then, I kind of forget some grammar, vocabulary, and also to speak. I think that when someone speaks and practice English every day can have a fluent English, but if you don't practice or if you don't yes if you don't practice every day or at least once a week or twice a week, you can lose the skill because language is an ability that has to be practiced every day. So I think that is the reason I kind of forget, and that's why I'm in this course now.
That's amazing. It's amazing that you are continuing trying and pursuing your
Yeah.
learning language. That's
Yes.
great. You're learning language skills. That's amazing, Lluvia. That's great. Because most of the people think, okay, I had many years of studying English, maybe two or one, depending on each person, and they say, okay, I think this is enough, so I know. but actually it requires practice. By practice, you will master the English, right? You get
Yes,
to achieve.
yes, teacher, I agree with you. And how long will you keep learning? I think that I will learn English all my life because sometimes, now, as I told you before, I want to take the TOEFL test, so that's why I'm learning. I'm trying to practice my English. I think that I'm going to take this test in some months. So I'm trying to practice my speaking, grammar, reading, and after that, I hope to have a good score. I think that I will keep learning because I think that sometimes when you work, especially with international business things, you have to speak English almost every day, or maybe also if one wants um, to read some new material of our study file. I don't know if it's okay to say that, of our study file. Nuevas, nuevas noticias sobre nuestras carreras. It's okay to say that, teacher. It's new study file.
New study files, yes, or
Ah, yeah.
new study researches,
Ah,
investigation,
yeah.
or
Well,
upcomings.
upcoming es lo nuevo. Ah, yeah.
Yes,
So I think that it's important for everybody to learn this language. So I also, in the future, I think I would like to teach English, but I need to practice more. I need to know more because I like to teach. I used to teach when I was a student in university, and I really liked it. So I need to have at least a good score in the TOEFL test, so I can feel really confident when teaching English.
that's great. And how is your score? How much do you want to get in the TOEFL test?
I would like to get 100 if possible, or more.
All right, that's nice.
Yes, teacher. Do you have any recommendation for the TOEFL, teacher?
Sorry again, please.
Do you have some recommendation for the TOEFL?
For the TOEFL, I think, well, basically you have to review on grammar and you have to be very careful with the timing. It is
Mm-hmm.
very important, the timing. But I think you guys will have training, right? After the classes that we have, you guys will have training on what
I think so, teacher,
you have to
because
do.
the guy with the person with whom I talk told me that this course also has a preparation for the TOEFL just some weeks before the test. But since this, I took the 3 months course, so I think that it's gonna be in March. But I until now I couldn't pay for the TOEFL. So I think that I have to do that because I think that there are not always a space to give this test. But also I have a question about the place where people take the test. I don't know if because of the pandemic now, the people are taking the test at home or at an official center.
Yeah, maybe they're taking online. Who knows? Maybe. But maybe you can find out more information in Google, no? You just Google it, TOEFL
Yes.
IBT test, and then you will be able to see that information.
Yes, that is the principal reason now that I need to take that test to have a good score and to feel very confident. But what do you think, teacher, about my speaking? Do you think it's okay? It's bad, or what can I do to improve it?
I think it's great. I actually can easily understand what you're saying and your thoughts and everything. But what is your purpose on taking the TOEFL test? Where do you want to apply or where are you applying? Because you know that
Well,
the TOEFL
uh-huh.
test it's only worth for 2 years, right?
Yes, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since I finished the university recently, the last year, I wanted to apply for a master scholarship in China, as I told you before. So
Mm-hmm.
this scholarship asked me to have a good score in the TOEFL test. So that is the principal reason,
All right.
and I'm going
Okay.
to apply for that scholarship. I think this year or maybe the next, because as you said, this this test just válido. How can I say válido?
Available?
Valid. It's
Yes, or
available.
valid? Mm-hmm.
It's valid for 2 years. So I have to take this. Also, teacher, I had the experience to take an international test of language. I took the HSK. It's for for Mandarin speakers, Chinese Mandarin speakers. I was learning, but I just know the basic. So when I took this test, was really, I think that it was easy because it's not like TOEFL. You have to be a really you have to have a really fluent English and really good skills on each grammar, reading, and so on. But in Chinese, is for levels basic, basic one, intermediate, and so on. Teacher?
Sorry, you were saying?
Yes, just that, teacher. As I told you, I had that experience, but I think that TOEFL is really different. Also, the
Well,
amount of the test is very expensive.
it is, it is. But you will get used to. I think you just have to watch out and care for the clock because the clock it's something that gets stressed. Like everyone gets stressed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, when you give us and my classmates those exercises with time, I think those are really good ones because you have to answer the fast in the really fast. You cannot lose your time thinking too much. And the only thing that I don't like too much is that you cannot see, you cannot analyze your answer a lot of time. You have to keep continue. But I think that I would like that this could give us the opportunity to have all our mistakes at the end of the practice, maybe in a summary or something like that, so we can see or understand what we did wrong and we can study more.
All right, you mean by the practice? Which of the practices?
The one that has time, the one that we did yesterday
Oh,
with time.
Kahoot?
Yes, yes, I love it, but I would like that it can give us maybe a summary of what we did wrong at the end, because maybe I did a bad exercise, but then I have to continue. I cannot save it, maybe with a screenshot.
Yeah, but I don't know if you noticed, but when you go to the next exercise, you can actually click, and then you can, when you send your answer, I mean that the game Kahoot gives you what was your mistake, where was your mistake on. It
Yes,
shows you what was your mistake. And that's
yes,
why on the slide I shared the grammar so you can see the grammar, and also at the game you're
mm,
seeing what was your mistake.
yes. I think that I I want to continue when I'm doing the exercises. I want to continue very fast since it's like a competition. I
Hmm.
think that also motivates us to study more because you want to win, so you want to learn more because of
Of
that.
course. But actually, it doesn't have to be very much with timing. Whenever you
Hmm.
send your answer and whenever the game tells you if your answer was correct or incorrect, then you are able to see where was your mistake. And you have a lapse of time. You have actually, well, a lot of minutes, and then you go with the next one.
Hmm. Yes, I
Yep.
am going to do that, teacher, because well, when I did the exercises, I wanted to go fast. That thing was the principal problem of what I'm telling you now.
Oh, okay, maybe that was it.
Yes.
Because yes, I think that was it. Because whenever you do Kahoot, and even when you do the live worksheets practice, you are able to see what you did right or wrong, and you have a time. Whenever you send, of course, whenever you are answering on the game, your time is set. But whenever you answered, your answer was sent, you have the time, and the game shows you this was your mistake, so you
Yes,
can
teacher.
see. So maybe you can take your time the next time and then actually see where was your mistake. And then I am always sharing with you guys the grammar structure, so
Mm-hmm.
you can also have it. So and then you can compare and see where was your mistake.
Yes, teacher. I'm going to take more time doing the exercises so
Yes,
I
yes,
can analyze what did I do wrong or what
exactly.
was wrong. Mhm.
Exactly. And actually Kahoot gives you, no, and tells you here was your mistake, and it actually shows you this was your mistake.
Yes, teacher.
Mhm. Well, all right, Yubia, our speaking practice time is over, but we will be reviewing and doing more exercises as you recommended, okay? And we will actually we are going to try to also share our answers, okay? Sometimes the timing is not on our favor, but we will try.
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Goodbye, Yubia.
Goodbye, teacher. Have a nice night.
The same to you.
Thanks. Bye.
You welcome. Hello, Andres. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Fine, and you?
I'm fine too. All right, let's begin, please, with the speaking practice. So please choose any question that you would like to answer.
What or who motivates you to learn English? Um, I think that studying abroad because uh, there are a lot of opportunities in other countries, and to go to other countries, you have to speak English fluent.
Yes, exactly. All right. Any other question?
Is it more important to speak fluently or accurately? Why? Mm, I think accurately because you have to speak very well without mistakes. Um, on the other hand, if you speak fluently but with a lot of mistakes, you don't speak English. Just you say a lot of words without stop.
Hmm. And sometimes even without making sense, right?
Yes.
All right. But also, no, whenever you get to speak accurately, of course, you're going to need fluency, right? But this
Yeah.
fluency, of course, is going to come with practice, no?
Yeah. First you have to learn without mistakes. Then with practice you improve your English speaking fluently.
Yes. All right. So let's see. All right. Any other question, maybe?
Have you ever been to an English speaking country or talked to a foreigner in English? Yes, I've been in the United States 6 months. Um, Also, I have relatives that speak English very well because they are Americans. So sometimes I try to speaking English because they speak Spanish too. So I try to speak English with them.
Okay. And how is the practice with them? Is your practice frequently or rarely?
No, sometimes, rarely, because it's difficult because when they call me, they speak Spanish to me. They don't speak English. That's why I try to speak English, but it's difficult maintain a chat with them, maintain a conversation with them because I don't express 100%. So they prefer speak Spanish when we have a conversation.
All right. But how is it? Do you feel okay or does it feel nice to practice with your siblings? or you feel more comfortable practicing with other people, strangers, like teachers, or I don't know, people that you don't know? Which one do you
Mm,
rather?
I rather my my cousins because I don't know. I don't feel so shame with them.
Oh, okay. You are like you feel shame. You are like shameless whenever you.
Yes, shameless. Yes,
Okay, all right, all
but
right,
it's very different talk with someone native from United States that some foreigner that learn English. The accent is so different.
all right. Okay, because also you see people that are very feel ashamed with talking to someone that they know, right? Because of the correction that they want to make. So, but it's good that you feel relaxed with your cousins. That way you can practice even more with them.
Yeah, I think it's better when I talk to them because I have more confidence than a stranger.
All right, okay. That's nice. All right, please. Any other question?
How do you memorize new vocabulary or grammar rules? Mm, when I start when I started to learn English, I tried to memorize, but it was difficult. It was more difficult to me remember the rules. I think that the best way to memorize is practice. It's practicing. When you speak a lot, you don't realize that memorizing the rules. But
Hmm.
when you are speak when you talk with another one, you memorize the rules.
Okay, all right. And what are some techniques that you use to memorize? For example, grammar rules.
I watch TV series in English with subtitles in English.
Okay, all right. And to memorize maybe vocabulary.
Heavily, I read news.
Hmm.
No, not newspapers, news
The news.
on the internet like CNN, BBC, but in English, not in Spanish. So when I see a word that I don't know, um, I look for the translator.
Okay, all right. All right. Any other question, please?
What could a teacher do to make lessons more interesting?
Hmm.
Mm, maybe um, mm, maybe the teacher could obey some students to participate because a lot of students at the beginning uh, they don't want to participate because they have scared to have mistakes, and if they don't participate they don't wanna they don't they can't learn of their mistakes.
All right. So obey some of the students.
Yes,
All right. Okay.
and
Something
also
else.
they lose their fear to speak to to write or something like that.
Okay. All right. Something else, maybe.
Another question.
Yes, please.
Mm, what kind of classroom activities do you like most? Mm, maybe I like when we use Kahoot to practice,
Hmm.
and second when we have to create examples,
All right. Okay. Gaming is something very new, right? For learning, and especially now with virtual classes. I think it's very nice also because it gives you the answers.
yes, yes, exactly.
Hmm. So everything you do, you can automatically know if you answer correct or incorrectly and to know exactly where was your mistake. Okay. Maybe any other app that you would recommend?
mm, I'm not sure, but I think it's Duolingo.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
This
it's
is
very
more
fun.
like a translator, right?
Or I think that I'm confused with another app. I used that app to learn 2 years ago, and it was very interesting and easy. But I think it's other app, not Duolingo. Duolingo is a translator, right?
Yes, I think it is, right? Let me check right now. I will be checking. Yeah, I think. Oh, well, actually, you have different, no? You have different areas that you can practice with. But yes, we will include any other.
It is Duolingo. Yes, it is. Duolingo. It's up to learn English and other language, but especially English. And that this app has levels. Uh, you take a really quick test, and the app say well, what level you are, and you start in that level. It's very easy to learn with this app, and very useful too.
It is indeed, yes, there are several apps. Yes, there are several apps. That's right. Yes. But I think everyone would have to have the app downloaded. So, yes. So maybe that's why it's easier to just access from a link, right?
Yes.
But yes, you're right. But I will be including more, and especially on these two other classes because we are just going to do a review on grammar. That's why. So we're going to do a review on everything that we have learned out on this model. Everything, all the grammar by doing exercises, only exercises, nothing else.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's great. All right, our speaking practice time is over, but don't forget to connect tomorrow for the classes, okay?
Okay.
All right, have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye.